As far back as I can remember, I've been a big fan of Spider-Man since I was a kid. I've read a bit of his comics, I saw some of his cartoons, the movies, specifically the Sam Raimi movies. I mean, those movies were so dope. I loved Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and it was also pretty good in Spider-Man 3, even though it was technically ruined by Avi Arad, but that's neither here nor there. But the reason why I'm bringing this all up because this is my review of Spider-Man on the PS4. So, in the beginning, you you are assisting in a raid against Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin. Somewhere along the lines, after you arrest him, you get all these activities, these crime activities around New York, if you will. You're gonna be solving crimes, helping citizens, and most importantly, you get to be Spider-Man. But going into the gameplay, as is traditional for Spider-Man, you you get to web sling a lot. You get to swing throughout the city. You get to use your web powers, and most importantly, you've got the spider sense, and the gameplay is kind of similar to the Batman Arkham games, but with a few differences. Like instead of just gliding around, you're just web swinging, and your the combat is a little bit more acrobatic than Batman's. You're basically like a giant leaping yo-yo, just bouncing up and down, taking out goons and the baddies. But you there's also more to it. You during certain gameplay breaks, you're you're also going to be taking pictures and fighting mementos found in backpacks, and you'll also be participating in certain events like you're trying to find pigeons or you're trying to activate these greenhouses to make the world a better place through Harry Osborn, which could be taken out of context, but I mean, it's true. But going into the story, you you're basically helping out a Dr. Otto Octavius, who, as you may already know, becomes Doc Ock later on. Throughout the uh, throughout the game, you go to see certain characters, like you see Aunt May, you see Mary Mary Jane Watson. You even listen to J. Jonah Jameson's podcast on Just the Facts, which makes him a total douchebag, by the way, let's be real here. But most importantly, you get to meet Miles Morales. Granted, he doesn't become Spider-Man yet, but he has his own breaks, which add some add a little bit of depth to the game, and when you're playing as MJ, she has some pretty good stealth segments, even though they can get pretty repetitious at times, and her character can get a tad bit annoying, at least for me. But overall, I think there's some pretty good characters, pretty good adaptations for them. But moving away from that, we're going into the rogues gallery. So you're gonna be in the game. You're fighting Shocker, Vulture, er, Rhino, Scorpion, Electro, and you will also be fighting Silver Sable and Mr. Negative, and most importantly, I've already mentioned Otto Octavius, so I think you already know who will be fighting later on. So But the rogue's gallery is pretty diverse, and you'll be you'll be fighting a lot, and the bosses can get pretty one note, but they were pretty fun. Like I enjoyed the fight against both Electro and Vulture, and I enjoyed fighting against Rhino and Scorpion. But I think my favorite, one of my favorite fights at the end was Doctor Octopus. I mean, you basically have to like time your attacks, and you always have to dodge whatever he throws at you and fling it right back at him. And it was awesome and really heartbreaking. The ending it actually made me cry so many times. I will admit to myself, it was pretty heartbreaking to see what Peter goes through at the end. It was just sad. But above all else, the game itself is a goddamn masterpiece. It also comes with 3 DLCs, and they're pretty good in their own right. But we're mainly talking about the main game right here, the main course, if you will. But I did enjoy fighting against Hammerhead. Light spoilers there, and well, you also get to meet Black Cat, which is just as equally good, if not better, because I love Felicia Hardy a bit more than MJ. But going into ratings, I would love to give this game a 10 out of 10. Sorry about my cat; he loves talking a lot. Because I mean, you rarely ever get a gem like this on the PS4, and you you have to you would have to search very hard to find a good game like this, because I mean it's not very often we get a very good Spider-Man game. I mean, we've had plenty of good ones in the late 90s and the 2000s and the 10s, but not like this. Not like this. But if any of you love Spider-Man, what got you into it, be sure to tell me your stories and tell me your thoughts in the comments section down below. But anyway, if any of you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. But on a side note, I saw the Sonic 3 trailer this morning. It was totally kick-ass. It felt like I was felt like I was 4 to 5 years old again. That's how much I loved it. Anyway, I'll see you later.